With the news of the Alien chapter coming to DVD, I had a couple opinions on who I'd like to see as the survivor coming into the fog. Of course, if it's able to be Ripley, that is the obvious preference above anything else. The protector of Jonesy must come into the fog. But depending on licensing, Behavior might not be able to snag her license, and if that is the case, here are 3 characters from the original film that aren't Ripley that I'd like to see enter the fog. Each of these candidates bring their own unique positives for the game of Dead by Daylight and how they could fit into the fog, but I'm going to start it off strong with Captain Dallas. Captain Dallas is probably the most obvious secondary choice, and funnily enough, he would be the easiest to explain lore-wise on how he got into the fog. This is due to them never finding any actual trace of him after his attack in the ventilation shaft.
You found this laying there. No blood. No Dallas. Nothing.
Now, any Alien diehard's gonna know that Dallas was actually cocooned by the xenomorph and found in the director's cut of the movie, as well as in the novelizations with Brett, as they were being turned into eggs before Ripley put them out of their misery. But as the majority of casual viewers would not know that, I think Captain Dallas would just be the easiest to explain canonically on how he got into the fog. Number 2 is going to probably be an unpopular choice, and I admit that I actually hate this character. But I think it would be kind of interesting if Science Officer Ash was in the fog with us. Mainly because he's a part-time assassin robot, and I think it would be an interesting twist, because it would be something completely new for the entity. Like, imagine the Singularity versus Science Officer Ash. Or better yet, imagine Metal Arm Ash meeting completely robot Ash. Personally, I think they could have a lot of fun with this character in Dead by Daylight. But the downside is that the entity might not care about endlessly sacrificing a robot. I know with Gabriel we can recognize that clones are able to be sacrificed, but I feel like a robot might be a little too much for that. And my final option for a survivor I would love to see in the fog would be Parker. Mainly because he was my favorite character in the film. His smile always was infectious, and he had a very valuable sense of humor and brevity while also being quite serious and hardworking. To me, he was overall one of the best characters in that film, and I was actually saddened by his death a ton because he was one of the only ones I was rooting for outside of Ripley. Of course, once again, all of this is null and void if Ripley's available. A game featuring both Laurie Strode and Ripley would be one of the best modern mashups in gaming history. Anyhoot, what are you all hoping for in the Alien chapter? Let me know down below in the comments. Peace.